Hello, and welcome to Some Old Guy's Let's Play Demon Souls. This will be part 12 in our Mage series. We're going to go through the Swamp of Sorrows, get that world taken care of, and get to the Dirty Colossus boss and take care of him, and his soul will grant us another spell. Not one that's used a whole lot, but at least not by me. So let's jump into it. All right. We're going to change our armor into the black leather armor. It provides more poison protection. We are also taking our thief ring off and using the sodden ring, which gives us freedom of movement in the water. We have also equipped the Noble's Lotus for poison, because we will get poisoned. The spells that we are bringing warding. Again, these guys, they have some pretty decent attacks. Plus, there's a area where there's an entire village full of them, and we've got a lot of them. We need to be mobile, so we're bringing fire spray with us, and then firestorm. There's a couple of places where it is helpful to have it, so we're going to go ahead and bring that along with us, and I think we are ready to go. All right, let's double check our network. We are turned off. Maybe we'll pick up a random while we're in here. We'll have to see. Doesn't look like it. All right, now just past this guy, there's this gap right here, but that is a shortcut that we will be opening in the near future. The longer we stay in the liquid here, the exposure is what causes us to be poisoned. So we just clear these little guys out as we go. And basically, oh, there was one still alive there. Now these guys drop lotuses, both nobles and I believe it's soldier's lotus. Widow's Lotus. Sorry, that was the one that. Why can't I hit him? And you'll want to really pay attention to your health. It gives you one notification that you've been poisoned, and there is no reminder except for a little skull that appears underneath your health bar. So you'll definitely want to keep your attention on that, as it can sneak up on you and cause you to expire. And there we go, we're poisoned again. It's just part of it. It's nothing to get worried or panicked about. And the big thing is just to pay attention to where your health is. Now we're going to try to sneak up on this guy and hit him with a firestorm. They do a lot of damage and they move extremely fast. So And I missed. And these guys are going to keep chasing. Well, I guess that way works too. Usually I can get in there and get a firestorm off behind him and take care of him that way. Now he's got 3 little minions over here that... There they are. The nice thing is that if we die, that these little jellyfish things, I don't know what they're actually called, but they don't come back. Now, there will be some that we don't get. Obviously. So there'll be a few left, but they won't be in near the numbers. Now, if you pay attention out here, there is a black phantom out here. She's not real tough to fight as long as you have your sodden ring on. But you'll also want to make sure you're full health. And full magic, because she's definitely worth paying attention to. But because we have the sodden ring on and we're mobile, she's actually not. And she's going to aggro on us, so... So she's taken care of, so we can finish looting out here. There is a ton of stuff to pick up. Oh, great. I just got invaded. Okay, he left. It's really fairly rare that I get invaded here. So one item of particular interest that is down here, I forget which one it is. I think it's this one. Nope, it's probably this one over here then. All the way in this very back corner. Nope, I've already picked it up then, I'm guessing. Is the cat ring, which allows us to take falls from very, very great distances. Much greater than we would normally be able to take for sure. Okay, now the second thing, or the second reason that fire spray is so good in this area. Now, we could completely avoid this area up here by jumping off right here and heading straight across over there. Those right there are the other reason fire spray is so handy. Because they will pursue you through the swamp if you don't kill them. There's usually a third one, and he's hiding up here somewhere, I'm sure. There he is. Now where this water comes out of the wall right here, you definitely don't want to linger here very long, because I believe that hole actually has a non-ending flow of these depraves that come out of it behind you. And they will just keep dropping out. It's slow, but they will just keep dropping out. And we've stood there for quite a while and tried to count how many, and it actually seems like it is endless. That as long as you're standing there, they will continue to drop out. Now, if we had dropped off the swamp over there and just ran across, this is where we would end up. Same spot. Another batch of wasps to deal with. And they are all pretty much one-hit items, whether you're using a bow or some other type of ranged attack to take them down. So now, if we have a pure white world tendency, on this little island right here, there will be a person that we can talk to, and she will, right here, and she will give us a side quest for Garl Vinland, which he is actually part of the next boss after this one, which is a really super short boss run once this one's completed. But she's his sister and she wants his crest. She wants to know what's happened to him. So if you want to do that quest line, that's how you pick it up, but it has to be in a pure white world tendency to get her. And then if you come back in a pure black world tendency, you can fight her and get her sword, which is blind, which ignores shields. So this little area right here, in case you don't know, is where you get the Moonlight Greatsword. It's encased in that cocoon of slugs up there. If you go out there and try to fight the slugs in advance, they just keep coming, and it does no good to go up there in advance. So we will go up there the right way at least and show you where it is at. Now, a lot of times, normally, we just try to run out there in the middle of this island and firestorm it and get all three of them. Now, you want to stay back from this guy. He is a shaman or a witch doctor, whatever. And he will cast Poison Cloud. But I mean, we have lotuses. We can get rid of it. It's not a big deal. This is the village area that we will have an absolute riot going through. But I'll open the fog gate. I don't know why I did that. I will open the fog gate and leave it open. But we're going to go get this long sword of Moonlight. I keep calling it the Moonlight Greatsword, and that's not the right name. It's the long sword of Moonlight. Now, if you have this world in a pure black tendency, back here is where your primordial demon will show up, or primeval demon will show up, that will give you your colorless demon soul. So now this spot up here is going to be a spot where Firestorm is going to be handy, because it's going to drop so many of these slugs when it drops the sword that you can, I mean, we could stand back and we're taking 2 hits on the slugs. So we could stand back and destroy all of them. It would just, it's going to take, it takes a while. Now these things have a leaping or lunging attack that actually covers a pretty decent distance. So you don't want to get too terrible close to them. They will knock you off of the scaffolding, and a fall from here will kill you. So okay, so with this big ball of slugs right here, you can stand there and beat on it with a melee attack and they'll fall eventually. Basically, you just attack it. And it falls. Now, instead of going back down the way we came up, there is a shortcut right here that allows us. Be careful if you're right against the wall and drop and miss that platform. You'll hit that piece of wood and it'll knock you completely off the ledge and you will fall to your death, and you'll have to come through all of that again. So all right, this gets us back down to where we were. We're gonna and that still didn't get all of them. As you can see, there are a ton of these slugs that drop down. Okay, we're gonna send some stuff to storage because we're at our limit right now. So okay, this next area up here is where fire spray and warding are going to be so important. We've picked up a lot of stones. And don't need that. There's our large sword of Moonlight. We don't need the blessed mace. We don't need the war scythe. We don't need the talisman. Okay. Now, really, where we're getting ready to go, we could take the sodden ring off for the most part, but there are a couple spots where you can get knocked into the water. So I like to keep it on just in case. I need to take care of that. And that. Now, in this spot, you do want to take it kind of slow. Because these guys will rush you. Use your target lock a lot to make sure you're clear, because they will come from everywhere. And that attack right there is the reason warding is so important up here. Because that attack will completely take your vitality bar down to nothing. I mean, it does almost everybody it hits. So now we just woke up the whole neighborhood. And unfortunately, most of them are hidden behind doors. We have to move around to the front to get them. So that guy over there was a shaman. You got to keep watching, because they will try to come up behind you. So there's another guy down there in that water too. Or down there on that little platform. There's another one right there. These guys kind of hide in the corners until you're either not expecting it or you let your guard down, and then they're the ones that'll come up behind you and you'll be like, oh crap. Yeah, like that right there. Now you can go down here and bypass this whole village and run through the water to the end and only have to fight a much smaller handful of people. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. And it works for a lot of people. I've been summoned, and that's the route the host took. So, and of course warding wears off right now. And this place is a maze, and there are lots of holes that you can fall through. And there is another shaman up here who will try to poison cloud us. And then that's the nice thing about target lock, is it will show you where some of them are hiding. But it's also one drawback to target lock, is it can get you killed if you're not constantly looking at where you need to go, and if you get focused on one enemy, There's our shaman right there. And he got it off. But it looks like we were far enough back that it didn't get us. Yep, and I got him, so... Now the boss gate is right back there, but there's a couple of... I'm not going to go back through. I normally go back through and pick up all the items. There are items all over the place that need to be picked up. I'm not going to go through all that. There's a ton of them though. And but I do go through this and make sure everything is dead. Wrong spell. There. There's also some items underneath where you will intentionally fall through to get them. But anyway, that's our boss fog right there. But one thing that we do need to do, just in case the unthinkable happens and we die in the boss fight, which has happened before, it's not that far out of the realm of possibilities. But there is another shaman also that's going to cast Poison Cloud. I think I didn't go far enough forward. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, right down there. But I missed him. So, there he is. He's casting Poison Cloud. Now, those items out there on that island are stones of ephemeral eyes, but there are 4 giant depraves down there, and without having people to assist you, you can't really bait them in to ranged attack range, where you can use target lock. So, and there's no way to manually aim your spells unless you want to try to go out there and make a run at them and firestorm the whole island, which is a viable option, I guess. But for some stones of ephemeral eyes, it's not that big a deal to me. So, but they are down there if you want to get them. And that item right there is a Regenerators Ring. We've already got one, so I'm not going to go pick it up. Now there is normally a crystal lizard up here, but without the thieves ring on, I have scared it completely off. So there we go. Shortcuts now open from the very beginning. So if something were to happen and we had to come back through because we got pummeled by this boss or whatever, or an invader got us, then we can run the cliffside instead of having to run all the way through all that muck over there. So we got the longsword of Moonlight. We're about to go in here and get this boss taken care of. And said I'll come out after the boss fight and take care of all the items that are still down here. That's that dirty little shaman that was going to throw that poison cloud. And he's really good at it. Now, this boss fight is going to be really unimpressive. I promise you. This is going to be one of those one and dones. At least it typically is a one and done. Now, this guy does not attack with poison. He attacks with plague. So we want to change out to our Widow's Lotus. The Sodden Ring is going to do us no good in here. But there's not another ring we can put on that'll make our magic. So we'll just leave it on. We'll do some warding. Top off the tank. And you just want to stay to the right. At least that's the way I go. Do not run straight at him because of that attack right there. Very weak and susceptible to fire damage. And with us being so built as far as a mage is concerned. Remember, this mage is built legit. We didn't ask for any items or anything from anybody. We went and got everything that we have on our own, and we had a little bit of help with a couple of bosses on some summons, but that's considered normal gameplay. So that will conclude our episode because I'm going to go back through and pick a bunch of items up. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and happy demon hunting.